Hey guys, I have fun for you. We're going to talk for a second about what it's like for Pride around here. So you're thinking, oh, dude, South Central Indiana, what the freak is there for Pride? Are you ready? Indianapolis has Pride. Okay, it's a big one. That's a big one. Greenwood, which is a suburb to the south, Carmel, suburb to the north, have prides. Spencer, which is a dinky ass little town to the west and south of Indianapolis, right off, not really off the highway. You have to want to go there to get there. It's small. They have a pride, and the organizers of that pride are amazing people. I love those guys. Then we have Bloomington, Columbus, Indiana has a pride. We have Louisville and Kentuckiana. So we're up to 8. Fort Wayne has one that's a reasonable to get there. It's reasonable. Then we go Lexington, which I'm going to be there. I get to miss Cincinnati's because I have to be at Lexington's. So then we have Cincinnati has one. So Dayton, Columbus, Ohio, which is reasonable. Chicago for here is about 2.5, 3 hours. So Chicago. And that is that's 14 that I can name off the top of my head that are within a reasonable commute from where I'm standing in South Central dinky ass Indiana. So unfortunately, you know what that means, right? This is all got to be pretty by then. So everything's starting in June, right at the beginning of June. There's like ding, 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 and they overlap a lot. I think there's actually a weekend where there's like 2 of them. One's on Saturday and one's on Sunday. So they set it up so you can go to both of them. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be hell. It's not hell. It's fun. But it's fun in a different way because as an introvert, for me standing there around all these people that I don't know and not having any connection to, it's difficult for me to reach out and say, hey, my name is, and I know when you're standing here looking at me, you're like, you're a very confident person. I am. I'm a very confident person. Walk up to a group of people you've never met. That's daunting. Do I do that in real life? No. At work, yes. At work, I do that nonstop. And what's funny, though, is I find out very quickly that all the people that I'm talking to know who I am. So it's not really the same concept. When I was in Lexington, I met the organizers for the Lexington Pride, which, oh my God, these guys are awesome. They literally just allowed me into their conversation. And actually, of the 3, one of them knew me from Instagram or Twitter. One of the 2. And he's a nice guy. And they were asking me what I thought about drag, and I'm like, yeah, I don't go to drag shows. I don't find them all that entertaining. I'm not the best gay, I guess. If I know the person, I will sit there and cheer, because I did that for my friends back in Detroit. But to just stand there and watch, yeah, not really my thing. And unfortunately, the guy that knew me from Instagram or Twitter, sorry, this hurts today, is a performer. And I'm like, I have nothing against it, I just am not like a big fan. Kind of like sports. If you were to say, let's go watch a basketball game, I'd be like, really? Do we have to? But in high school, I went all the time because I knew the players. And I could sit there and go, Jonathan has a nice ass. I want him to be running around on the court. That's awesome. Yep. Jonathan, I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I know you're not, but if you were, sorry. But you did have a nice ass. Between him and Ryan had a sweet bubble butt. Jonathan Edmonds is just a cute little bum. Anyway, back to topic. So, in talking to them, and then after I was a jerk and said that I wasn't all that interested, but then going back to the sports analogy, if I know the person, I love it. It's fun because I'm cheering on my person, not an abstract concept. Watching a game is like, this isn't fun. Watching a game that I know one of the players, that's fun. That's really fun because I have a personal interest and level of investment in them succeeding. So that's how I am with that. Anyway, so Lexington Pride, I'm going to be auctioned off as a bachelor. And I was on a date, right, when this all was going down. And they're like, do you think you'll be single then? And I looked at my date, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. The rate I'm going, oh, hell yeah. We're going to have a funny segue, because I'm that guy. I watch, not on purpose, but I do watch, because for some reason the algorithms on YouTube have decided that I'm into astrology. All these card readers that talk about Virgo, because I'm a Virgo. An INFJ Virgo. Very spot on. So I'm watching them, and they keep talking on and on and on about how the love of my life is in my world already, watching me, knows that I'm his person, and yet he doesn't think he's ready for me, or he's not, there's just something holding him back. And I sat there, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. God in heaven, why has this always happened to me? And then I think about, what it would be like to date me. You'd see me in my underwear all the time. It's a plus, I would hope. You would have the option of saying, AJ, the black ones, not so much. And you know why I wear black CKs? And there's a very good reason for this. It's a very good reason. It's less revealing. So I just picked them because I was on Amazon and I'm like, hey, look, they have black CKs. That price is good. Dink, dink, get 2 of them, 2 packs. But, here I am looking for my person out in the world. And pride, we're going back to pride here in a second. And knowing that according to psychics, there's somebody out there that's already noticed me and has not walked up and talked to me. Also, I have people on Instagram, and they gotta be, I don't want to say fake. They exist in the multiverse, we'll just say that. They're telling me that there's some dark cloud hanging over me currently, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to know the answer to that. I feel it. I feel like there is a dark cloud. I just don't want to know what it is. Oh, so back to pride, because, that's how we work. Last year, Kentuckiana Pride is when I had my debutante exposure to Louisville. I did a video on that. Joe and Daniel. If there's 2 people in Louisville you need to meet, is Joe and Daniel. They will take care of you. They will introduce you to everybody. And I mean everybody. It was like the next time I went out on my own, I knew people. Every time I go to Big Bar or Chill, I walk around and I'm like, hey, I know you. Hey, I know you. And it's cool. It's really cool. I don't go to play. It's not as much fun. It's just very crowded, very loud. Different crowd, and I don't seem to have anybody I mesh with. And I'm okay. I go to Big Bar. Everybody at Big Bar knows me. And then, oddly enough, that just translates into the world. There's a lot of people that know me that I have no idea how the F they know me. I'm good with it. It happens a lot in my part of the world. But so Pride this year, you need to go. if you're in the Midwest, or you're going to be in the Midwest for any of these prides, I'm going to be there as best I can. I'm going to start being picky, just because it's going to be like, I got to go to Lexington, which means I have to miss Cincinnati's. I've never been to Cincinnati's, and I've never been to Lexington's. But because I know people in Lexington, at least I will have a level of comfort, a point to branch off from. And that makes me happy to have at least one person I know. Chicago. If any of y'all are from Chicago, if any of you guys are from Chicago, and you are cool with having somebody hang out that's kind of douchey, I will probably not be wearing a shirt because it's going to be warm. Anyway, just trust me. This is how the world works. I would love to have somebody in Chicago that I could just hang out with. That would be cool. At least to start off with. You don't have to hold my hand the whole time. I'm really good about being independent. I just have to have a base. It's kind of like tanning. You need a base. I definitely need a base. If I walked into Chicago for Pride, I'd be like lost. Every time I've ever been in Chicago, it was with my ex-husband and his friends. I need to do one about why I have no friends. That would be awesome. There's a really good reason for that. I'm not getting into it now. Anyway, so I've gone on enough. Pride this year, if you're in the Midwest, or, hey, dude, if you give me dates that don't coincide with something else that I really want to do, and it's somewhere else, and it's not horrifically expensive to go there, like if you guys say, hey, Honolulu, I'd be like, hey, I don't think so. But literally, really, if there's a Pride out there that you guys want me to go to, that's nearby-ish, like continental US, let me know. Because I would love to hang out with you. And then it'd be kind of cool to see something different than my usual. Midwestern boys are really hot, by the way. But give me somebody in cowboy boots. I love you guys. I love you, dude. See you soon.